She challenged a goddess, wove the truth the gods feared, and paid the price with her soul. But what if Arachne's curse was never a punishment, but a prophecy? Welcome, legends and lore seekers, to another deep dive into the shadows of myth and time. This is Myth or Real, the channel where gods walk, monsters breathe, and forgotten tales awaken. If you love stories of warriors, kings, demons, angels, and otherworldly creatures, you're in the right place. Today's tale is one spun from pride, punishment, and the transformation that echoes through every cobweb in history. Today, we tell the haunting story of Arachne, the mortal girl who dared to challenge a goddess and lost far more than just her craft. But before we unravel this ancient thread, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps me more than you can imagine, and it costs you nothing. And tell me in the comments, who's your favorite mythical figure? Kings, warriors, demons, angels, or monstrous beasts? Let's dive in. She was born not in Olympus or in battle, but in the humble town of Colophon, in the region of Lydia, where mortals lived their quiet lives under the gaze of silent gods. Her name was Arachne, a weaver, a girl of no divine blood. But her hands? They moved like magic. Thread danced between her fingers like it had a will of its own. People gathered around just to watch her work the loom. Tapestries bloomed like gardens under her touch, vivid, alive, whispering stories without sound. Some said her skill must be a gift from Athena, goddess of wisdom and crafts. But Arachne? She laughed. No goddess taught me, she said. My talent is my own. In Greek myth, there's one thing the gods hate more than hubris, and that's being mocked. Athena, high atop Olympus, heard the mortals boast. And she didn't just frown. She descended. Athena came in disguise, not as a goddess of war, but an old crone, cloaked and hunched. Child, the woman said, give thanks to the gods for your gift. Humble yourself, and you'll find favor. Pride only invites ruin. But Arachne stood tall, fire in her eyes. If Athena thinks she's better, let her come. I'll challenge her to a weaving contest. Let the world see whose skill truly reigns. And in that moment, the air cracked. The old woman shimmered. And before Arachne stood the radiant, terrible form of Athena. Eyes of storm clouds, armor of light. She accepted the challenge. 2 looms, 2 women, 1 mortal, 1 divine. The air thick with silence as thread flew and tapestries were born. Athena's weave was flawless. A grand, celestial vision, the 12 gods on Olympus, majestic and powerful. It was not just art. It was a warning, a visual reminder of what happens to mortals who defy the divine. At each corner, she embroidered scenes of punishment, mortals who had dared to challenge the gods and suffered dearly. But Arachne, she wove truth, a tapestry of the gods at their worst. Zeus, the deceiver, in all his disguises. Poseidon, raging. Apollo's cruelty. It was beautiful, honest, and damning. Even Athena, even the goddess herself, was forced to admit. Arachne's work was flawless. But gods are not just judges. They are pride and vengeance and rage. Threads scattered like ash in the wind. You are too proud, the goddess thundered. But your talent is undeniable. So let your punishment fit your craft. Athena reached out and touched Arachne's forehead. The girl's body began to twist. Her limbs shrank and multiplied. Her fingers fused into legs, her back arched, her mouth silenced. She screamed, but it became a whisper, a hiss, a creature cursed to weave forever. A spider. Arachne became the first of her kind. Not dead, but not human. An eternal spinner of webs. And thus was born the word we still use today, arachnid. But the story doesn't end there. Some versions of the myth say Athena took pity in a twisted way. She made sure Arachne would live on as a symbol, a creature that defies time and death. To this day, every spider spinning its intricate web is said to carry her soul. But did you know? In rare fragments of older myth, Arachne's tapestries were said to foretell the fall of the gods themselves, stories not just of their past sins, but their eventual downfall. She didn't just tell the truth. She prophesied. Other whispers from Orphic traditions suggest Arachne never fully submitted. That deep in the forests of Lydia, ancient temples once worshipped the Spider Queen, a being of fate and thread, older than Olympus. Some say she still weaves. Not just silk, but the threads of destiny itself. What do you think? Was Arachne a victim of divine cruelty, or a mortal who reached too high? Let me know in the comments, and tell me who your favorite mythical beings are. Like if you enjoyed the story. Subscribe for more dives into the ancient and arcane. It helps the channel more than you know, and it's totally free. Until next time, spin your threads carefully. This is Myth or Real.